Hi friends, welcome to Multicultural Storytime. We have a very special listener today. His name is Ishan. I am home today because my nephews, one of which being this one, is with us. But Lauren, another storyteller here that does toddler storytime, is going to share some stories in French with you. So I am going to swipe the screen to her. Are you ready to listen, Isha baby? Mwah! I think he's ready.
Hi everyone! Thanks so much for that introduction, Anita. I really appreciate it, and I'm so excited to be here to share about French storytime with you. So, multicultural storytime with French. I studied French for 9 years. That was my major in college, and when I was in college, I was also really lucky to be able to study abroad. So I lived in Paris for 4 months. And I got to visit a lot of different places inside of France, and then I just loved living in Paris, and I really, in my early teens, fell in love with French culture, and so that made me become a French major, and although I'm not fluent anymore, I feel like I'm still doing okay enough to give you guys a great story time today, and I'm just so excited to share my love of French with you. So here's what we're going to do today. I'm going to sing a song, read a book, sing a song, read a book. And that's kind of how I like to do my story times. If you don't know, I also do toddler story time if my face and intense chipper demeanor gives it away. So I love to alternate between songs and books. So that's what I'm going to do today for our multicultural story time. So and then before we get started, I wanted to do a little bit of introduction in French. I know that every multicultural story time is different, but I wanted to start by showing you some books and some different books that we have here at the library. So we have, in case you didn't know, we have a whole world languages section in the library that includes all sorts of really cool languages. We've got Cree, we've got Chinese, Spanish, we've got smaller languages, we've got we've got a small collection of Tagalog, we've got all sorts of really cool stuff. But I wanted to show some of our French language resources and give you some ideas of other places that you could look for French stuff. One thing I didn't grab is any nonfiction books about France. If you do some searches in the collection, you're going to quickly find, if you want to learn more about France's people and its culture and the geography, if you do a search in the catalog for France, you can find that. So this is our world language collection, and this is what the French spine label looks like. So this is at the very beginning of the nonfiction section. So this is a translated work. So this is Elephant and Piggie, or as they're called in France, it's Elephant and Piggie, which is pretty cute. So Piggie has a name, and it's Rosie. And then I also found a cool copy of Madeline that's translated into French, which is pretty awesome. My kid has been obsessed with Madeline lately, so it was fun to find this in French. But then we also have picture books. So this is just out of the regular picture book collection. So that deal with France and talk about, they talk about France and they're somewhat in French, which is kind of nice as well. So this is Hudson in Provence, but there's also one that's, the first book in the series is called Parisien, which is also really fun and cute too. I'm not going to read this one or Madeline today, but I wanted to share them with you. So you can look in our world languages section for French. You can look in our nonfiction section for French stuff about France. And then you can also look in the picture books using that keyword French. You'll find some stuff that's really cool and really awesome. Okay, so I wanted to get started with a song, and we'll talk a little bit more about the book behind when we get there. But I wanted to so this is my translation. I will give you some, it might not be the best translation of French, but I kind of threw it together today because this is one of my favorite hello songs. I think we use it in baby story time, but it goes like this in English. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. So glad that you are here. So that's the song in English, and I wanted to do it for you in French. We're going to do it in French 2 times so we can get it all together. So this is just pretty much a direct translation. It goes like this. Bonjour, mes amis. Bonjour, mes amis. Bonjour, mes amis. C'est bon que vous êtes ici. What do you think? Let's try it again. I'll sing a little bit slower so you guys can try and sing along with me. Bonjour mes amis, bonjour mes amis, bonjour mes amis, c'est bon que tu es ici. You could say tu es or vous êtes if you're talking to a bunch of friends. So, c'est bon que vous êtes ici. All right, so that's our hello song to say bonjour. So, bonjour. I don't know if I said my name earlier, but bonjour. Je m'appelle Lorraine. Et maintenant, nous allons lire un livre qui est en français. C'est pas en français. I'm going to put it in French for you guys, but it's actually in English and in Spanish, but I'm going to translate it into French for you as we go along. So this book is by Angela Dominguez, and it's called How Do You Say? So in French, that would be Comment dit-on? Comment dit-on? So, how do you say? Comment dit-on? Comment dit-on? Food. La nourriture. Comment dit-on? Delicious. Délicieux. Comment dit-on? Hello. Bonjour. Comment dit-on good day? C'est bonne journée. Bonne journée. Comment dit-on water? C'est l'eau. On dit l'eau. Comment dit-on happy? Heureux, contente. Il y a beaucoup de mots pour happy. Comment dit-on friends? We just learned that one. It's ami. Un ami, deux amis, mes amis, my friends. Comment dit-on OK? Il y a deux mots. Tu peux dire OK. Les Français, the French also say OK. A little bit like with a French accent, OK. But also d'accord, d'accord. Comment dit-on party? You say fête. On dit fête. Comment dit-on nap? Oh, we're getting sleepy. Tu peux dire sieste or une somme. Falling asleep. Sounds pretty much the same in most languages. Looks English, Spanish, French. The end. Le fin. Can you guys help me in clapping for that book? All right, so that was a book that I translated just now. But you can also, so translation means changing things from one language to a different language. And you can also translate from like computer code into English. There's all sorts of different ways you can translate things. But when I'm talking about translation today, we're talking about from English into a different language. So I translated that from English and Spanish into French. And I'm also going to do another song for you that actually is a French song that we across the pond really enjoyed as well. And it's called Frère Jacques. Have you guys heard that song before? I think I see some people nodding their heads. Yeah, Frère Jacques is great. Or it's called Father John in English. So I'll sing it first in English, and then I'm going to do it 2 times again in French. So it goes like this. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? Father John, Father John, the morning bells are ringing, morning bells are ringing, ding, ding, dong, ding, ding, dong. Sorry, I did the French word for bells, the French way to do it. Okay, for the ringing. So it's ding, ding, dong, ding, ding, dong. All right. So then When you translate that, or so that's how it got translated into English. But if you do like an actual translation, which I think is really funny, and I'm only pointing it out because I think it's fun. Sorry, I'm a nerd like that. So this is it in French, and then I'll translate it for you. Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous. Sonnez les matines, ding, ding, dong, ding, ding, dong. Okay, so in the English version, it's asking if Father John is asleep, and then telling him that the morning bells are ringing. But in the French version, it's asking him if he's asleep, and then telling him that he has to wake up. You have to wake up and ring the morning bells. So I think that's an interesting distinction between the translations. Let's sing it in French one more time. Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous. Sonnez les matines, ding, ding, dong, ding, ding, dong. I don't know why I did that with my arms, but it seemed like a good thing to do. I'm not going to translate all the rest of that. Like I said, I can do a story time, but my French is not as great as it used to be. All right, so the next book, after we did our song, we're going to do Piggie and Elephant, or Elephant and Rosie. I'm so excited to share this with you because I love Piggie and Elephant, and I was just so tickled that they existed in our collection in French, so I couldn't wait to share it with you guys. So this one is called Veux-tu jouer dehors? Which also translates to, do you want to play outside? So some of you may have read this one and seen it and read it yourself. So hopefully you can follow along. I also love Mo Williams illustrations. You guys should be able to follow along, even though I'm doing the whole thing in French. All right. Veux-tu jouer dehors? Par Mo Williams. Rosie, Gérald. Veux-tu jouer dehors? Oui, oui, oui. Nous allons faire tout tas de choses aujourd'hui. Nous allons courir, that's to run. Nous allons sauter, that's to jump. Nous allons faire des pirouettes, spin in circles. Rien ne pourra nous arrêter. Nothing can stop us. Ploc. Oh non. Il commence à pleuvoir. Il pleut beaucoup. Il pleut vraiment beaucoup. Je n'ai jamais vu une telle pluie de ma vie. I've never seen such a big rainstorm in my entire life. Je n'aime pas la pluie. Je ne suis pas contente. Merci, Gérald. Mais il pleut encore. Car... Comment peut-on jouer dehors avec toute cette pluie? Look at the little worms. De la pluie? Super! Splitch, splash, splitch, splash, splitch, splash. Can you see them playing in the rain? Ils s'amusent bien. On pourrait s'amuser nous aussi. On peut essayer. Splash. Oh, c'est génial! Jouons! It's great! Let's play! Pluie, pluie, pluie. Splash, 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 splash. Pluie, pluie, pluie. That means jump higher, higher, higher. J'adore la pluie. J'espère qu'il va pleuvoir toute la journée. I hope it rains all day. Oh, Rosie. Oh no. Zut. That means like shoot. Zut. Maintenant que j'aime la pluie, elle s'est arrêtée. Je ne suis pas contente. Ne te inquiète pas, Rosie. J'ai une idée. De la pluie! Les éléphants sont des amis formidables. Elephants make the best friends. The end. Le fin. Okay, we're gonna clap for that one too. Thank you so much for joining me today for Multicultural Storytime so I could share some of my love for French with you. Merci bien à tous pour voir cette vidéo. It's been great to brush off my old French skills. I'm going to turn it back over to Anita so she can tell us all about the craft we're going to do today, which also I'm really excited about because we worked together to figure it out. I don't want to give away the surprise, but I went to the place that this craft is inspired by 2 or 3 times a week when I was in France because I had a class just next to it. So I was super excited that we were able to find a craft that so much coincided with what I loved to do when I was in France. So I'm going to turn it over to Anita. It's been great sharing stories with you. Thank you so much, everyone. Au revoir. Au revoir.
Hi again, friends. I hope you enjoyed that story time with Lauren. I know I enjoyed it for sure, especially Elephant and Piggie, or as they call it, Rosie. So this week's craft is based on a cathedral that's very famous in France. It's called the Notre Dame. You guys might have heard of it because there was a fire a few years back, quite recently. And it's so cool that Lauren could go visit there because it's such a gorgeous and beautiful space that has these big circular windows that are stained glass and they're super colorful. So we are going to be making our own stained glass. So I don't have the packet with me at home, but you can pick this up at the kids' desk in the children's section. There's going to be a construction sheet of paper cut to the shape of a window. There's going to be 2 contact papers, 2 pieces of those. There's going to be a bunch of tissue papers that are cut up in a bag. So you're going to have these 3 things. You're going to unpeel one sheet of the contact paper and cover as much of it as you can with some tissue paper. You want to make sure that it's only one layer though, so light can shine through. And then what you're going to do is you're going to put the construction paper on top of it, the window, and then you're going to unpeel your last sheet of contact paper and put it on top. And what will happen is you'll make a sealed window and you'll cut around the edges so it's circular and you can hang it or tape it on your window so you'll have your very own stained glass window. I think that's pretty awesome, and I know that Lauren is excited about this craft too, so be sure to try and get it before it runs out. Let us give Lauren another round of applause if we haven't already. We might not have, so let's give her 2, okay? For being such a kind soul and sharing her love and joy for French with us, okay? So 1 and 2! Good job, my friends. Thank you so much for joining us this week. In the coming year, in 2022, on the 2nd and 4th Sundays of every month, we are going to have Multicultural Storytime in person at the library at 3:30. So keep posted for who's coming and join us at the library because we'll be doing crafts there and sharing stories and songs and whatever else our storytellers may bring. And if you know of anyone who's from a different culture and want to share a bit about their culture with the library and people that come to the library, please contact the library because we'd love to have them. So I'm sending you guys my love. I hope you guys have a great few weeks until I see you next. Take care.